everybody. Welcome back to the Pause Show. We are now in week 4, and we're
hmm
we're going to be discussing letter 4.
Yes.
When comfort makes us sleep. But again, make sure that you guys listen to the letter in the platform with Love CO. So make sure you listen to that first before you watch us here, because that's the letter that we're going to be discussing today.
Yes.
And the letter that we discussed last week was letter number 3, and we were talking about eternal awareness. But now we're going to get into speaking about comfort, right? Which is also something that we have to be aware of, because a lot of people are living a very comfortable life. So do you want to start by discussing something in the letter?
Oh, because I wrote the letter.
Okay. All right.
I'd
Well,
rather hear what Melanie has to say and what you have to say. I'll just chime in here and there.
When I read the letter, I feel like literally when I read it, I feel like there's not much more that you can say, because you really like expressed all of it. When we talk about being comfortable, like that's really it. Like we have that mentality that when we get comfortable, we just simply stop. Like we don't want to keep going. We don't want to keep moving. So I I like that when you were in the letter, you mentioned something like even the title, right? When comfort makes us sleep. That's really what it is. So it's not so much that that we're not capable of doing more. It's more of like we are on a we're like on a snooze. Like we're just staying still. We're not really moving.
You're not
Yeah,
challenged.
you're not challenging your mind. You're not
hmm
challenging anything, and um that really puts us in this place of like we're not growing anymore, and we have to be aware of that, because a lot of people, as time goes by, you get to a place of comfort that you don't realize that you're not growing.
Yeah.
And kind of like we've been speaking in the previous letters, you're doing a lot. Like, yeah, you might have a lot on your plate. You're doing a lot in life. We live a life where we might be doing a lot of things at the same time, but doesn't mean that we are growing as we're doing it. And it's because we're comfortable with the lifestyle that we're living in. We're comfortable with our daily routine. We're comfortable with not doing much that really fills us, right? Because we might be like we discussed it in the last letter, we might be doing a lot like productivity wise, but we're not really doing a lot that fills us internally.
Yeah.
And that's the comfortable state that you kind of mentioned in the letter. It's like you are spiritually sleeping.
Mm.
You really are. Your heart is sleeping, your mind is sleeping. You're doing a lot with your body physically, but you're not really doing a lot internally. So,
Yeah, it's like what I wrote on the letter, a statement. Nothing feels wrong, but nothing feels alive either.
mm,
You have no crisis. There's not an obvious sin. There's not a dramatic failure. It's just a quiet dullness, a gentle numbing
yeah,
that comes over your life, and it just seems to work for you, but it doesn't burn you, it doesn't hurt you,
mm,
but you're just numb.
yeah, yeah,
And it's the comfort of where you placed yourself in.
mm-hmm,
And it's not only that, it's your environment as well.
mm,
Because if you are comfortable and there's nothing pushing you to move forward, there's nothing challenging you to move forward, you become, again, in a comfortable state. And the environment around you and the people around you are also comfortable.
yes, mm-hmm,
So if they're comfortable and you're comfortable, there is no growth for any of you. And you all think that you are okay. But at the end of the day, that quiet, what did I write here? That comfort that makes you sleep,
mm-hmm,
it takes you to doom. It takes you to failure. It takes you to a place of like, you're not striving for anything more. You're not pushing yourself for anything more, because everyone around you is so comfortable in their quiet place that they think that they are okay in. but actually they're not. You're just sleeping right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that eternal alarm clock
Mm-hmm.
that we spoke on episode 1, was it 1 or 2? Episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Starts going like this.
Mm-hmm.
That eternal awareness starts to wake you up and starts to tell you, hey, you're sleeping. You're sleeping. You need to wake up. You can't stay here.
Yeah.
So it's not nothing big that comes at you and tells you you're doing something wrong. No, it's just, you're just comfortable.
You don't want to admit, a lot of people don't want to admit that they're comfortable. A lot of people don't want to admit the state that they're in, that, you know, but it's about realizing that you're doing a lot, but you're really not, and you're not growing. And it's that feeling, like, again, that we spoke about in your heart, that you know you're capable of doing more, and you know you want to do more, and that there's more to it. But that comfort zone is really more of like a mental state. Like, you have to realize in your mind as well what is happening. And that's what I'm saying, a lot of people just confuse that with anxiety. And okay, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling sad, and you know, you go into the state where then you don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And but that's not the solution.
Mhm.
You know, that's not the solution. You have to realize that you have to sit down with yourself and analyze what like you said, your environment. What is it that you're doing? What is it that fulfills you? And move forward with it, and take risk, and allow God to direct you in that path. Because if not, that comfortability can make you feel emotions that then you probably will diagnose yourself with, but it's really not. It's really not. Like, it's not it. You know, you can feel anxious, you can feel sad, but that doesn't mean that you just stay with it and that you just don't do anything with it. Because what's really getting you to that point is that you're comfortable where you're at, and you're not challenging yourself to grow. Once you start challenging yourself, your mind activates. Like, when your brain and your mind suddenly feel like you're doing something that fulfills you, you won't feel that anymore. You won't feel anxious anymore. You won't feel sad anymore. You're going to feel fulfilled. You're going to feel that joy. You're going to feel that completeness in what you're doing, because it fills your heart, and that will take you out of that comfortability as well, because now you're challenging yourself to do something that might not look like it's a lot, but that it's really, again, directing you where you need to go.
Okay, so let's ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that makes us comfortable? What is it? Where's that point in our life that brings us to a state of being comfortable? What brings us there? What can you honestly say of something that you have gone through that has put you in that comfort stage?
Well, I think for a lot of people, it's being in a familiar state. It's when you feel like things are the same. They're predictable. They're not changing. They're familiar to you.
And whose fault is that?
Ourselves. Yeah.
We always, as humans, want to blame everything else but us. And then we take and we say that we're depressed and we're sad, which I'm not discrediting that. You know who you are when you use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
For not moving forward. At the end of the day, we all get 24 hours. It's what you do with those 24 hours. As soon as you wake up, if I was to ask you, what's the first thing you do when you open your eyes? What are you going to tell me? This is excuse me, this is what I've been learning since January, trying to change my way of being. It says, if you grab your phone as soon as you wake up, that's it. Those 15 minutes to a half hour, that phone, the social media, took everything away from you in that moment to be productive. Okay, I tried this myself. But this is what I tried. I put my phone all the way across the room that I can't touch it. And as soon as I wake up, what this man did was, and I started to do, the first hour, the first very hour, you give it to God. You pray, you read your verse, you write down, you drink your coffee, you do your stuff around the house. Your day will start off so differently in that hour because we didn't invest our time in something that not filled our minds. If you turn on that phone as soon as you wake up and you start looking through social media, you start looking at your emails, you start looking at the text messages, that's it. Your day is going to go with whatever you read on all of that. And you're going to be consumed with all of that. But if you started the way that it starts to fill your heart, reading the word fills your heart.
Yeah.
Talking your heart to God fills your heart. Drinking that cup of coffee wherever you are in your favorite space in your house, that's something that you love to do and you write, that fills your heart. Your mindset starts to change that first hour already. So comfort, sleep doesn't have a chance. Being comfortable and in a state of sleep is because you have a routine of how you do things already. And it's not a routine that edifies your life. It's not a routine that edifies your heart. It's not a routine that edifies your mind. It's a routine that you're just like, well, this is it. That's all I have to do today. I don't have nothing scheduled, so let me just do whatever I do every single day. Comfort, when it says here, comfort makes us sleep, what does it look like? Scrolling. Scrolling. I could tell where you invest most of your time in. So you can't tell me that you're tired of life, that you are fed up with how you're living life, but what exactly are you doing to change it? Okay, atmosphere. Environment. Are you a product of your environment? Do we believe that? So there's two brothers. The father is an alcoholic. They grew up in an alcoholic home. One of the sons went and made something out of himself. The other one went the alcoholic route. Did they become a product of their environment?
Okay.
Only one of them did. The other one said, because my father drank, I'm not going to be that way. The other one said, because my father drank and I don't see any way out, I'm going to do the same thing. The other son said, no, I'm going to make something better of myself. And he fought every single trial that probably came his way. And he said, I'm not going to get comfortable. I'm not going to live my life to go to doom. I'm going to change it. It depends on us and how we view this life and how much we want to strive to make something better from ourselves, with ourselves. So that doom stage, that comfort, that sleeping, I'm sorry. That's you. Because you don't want to do anything about it. You just want to be a victim to your environment. Now, some people have the willpower to change on their own.
Yeah.
Which I applaud you if you have that. There's other people that don't have that. Whoever's sitting on your table matters.
Yeah.
Because there's always one person on that table that's going to push you forward. And it's going to say, hey, we're not doing this. You can sulk in your feelings. I'll give you 15 minutes max. But that's it. We're going to get up and we're going to keep walking. That one person is going to drag that other person. Then one day is you, then the next day could be me.
Yeah.
It matters who sits on your table because we push each other to become better. That comfort, it will never come up.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking about when you said about the environment, that the environment does matter because kind of like, and you kind of mentioned it right now, when you are in a place where or you're surrounded by people that are challenging you and that you're challenging them, it helps you.
Yeah.
It helps you. It helps you make better choices. It allows you to realize where you are at, and that, like, hey, it's like kind of an alarm clock that person can be the one waking you up and telling you where you are right now. You're way too comfortable. You're way too comfortable in your emotions. You're way too comfortable in the setting that you're in. You're way too comfortable in the life that you're living. You're way too comfortable in the job that you're at, and you're not really growing. And allowing yourself to be in an environment around people, like you said, around people that really bring that out of you, it will help you. It will help you. So like you said, who's sitting at your table, who you surround yourself, your environment does matter as well.
Yeah.
So now you have to feel that too. If you are in an environment where you feel like you have been comfortable for too long, you will know that. Your heart will let you know.
Yes.
I'm not satisfied here.
Yes.
I'm not happy here.
Yeah.
I need more. I want more. And if you start feeling that, pay attention to that feeling, because only you can make that change. So if you're in an environment where like kind of the example that you gave about the two brothers, and you don't like what you're seeing, you don't like where you're at, you're the one that has to make the choice to step away from it and go into an environment that is going to challenge you, that is going to help you, because we have to be, it's meant to be a community. We're here to help each other.
Yes.
We're here to support each other. We're here to root each other on and be each other cheerleader. Like, hey, you've got this. But if you don't find yourself in that environment, then it's time for you to make a choice and step yourself out, and like get out of there and go and challenge yourself. And then little by little, you will feel that environment changing around you, and you will surround yourself with people that actually challenge you.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so we spoke about this in the secular matter. Let's talk about it in the spiritual sense in the church. There's a lot of people who are comfortable in church.
Yeah.
It's a routine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I go. There's the Bible is being read. Worship is being sang. The preaching. The altar call. The collecting the offering. Okay, we laugh.
Yeah.
Because it has become a routine.
Yeah.
We're comfortable in church. And because we're comfortable, we have fallen asleep because we know the routine of how church is. Now, why is it that we can't change that? Why is it that we can't break that? Why isn't that we can't change the structure to all of that? To start waking up the people again, to start bringing enthusiasm to people again. And for those who have fallen asleep in church, shame on you. For those who are okay with the routine in church, shame on you. Because every season, God calls us to do something different. For those who have fallen asleep and don't ask God for direction, and we keep following the same routine, shame on you as well. This is a different season. There are different people with the same issues, but we have to deal with them in a different manner with the same God. He has strategies for everything.
Yeah.
So it is our job not to stay comfortable, not to be asleep, not to say, church, okay, here we go. We're going to do church again today. No. Go with the perspective. Not only do I want to come out of church differently, I want everyone who showed up today to come out differently. Okay, Lord, if you don't want us to read the Bible in the opening, then we don't do that. If you don't want us to do worship today, we won't do that. If we have to start with the preaching, let's start with the preaching. If only worship is supposed to happen, let worship only happen. But we need to get out of our comfortable state of mind of just acting in church, being actors in church, and really connect with him to see what it is that he's trying to bring that day. To all my Christian people who are sleeping, that you are okay with like this, just doing church. It's not okay no more. There are people who are literally dying spiritually around us, and we don't even have discernment to even see that.
Yeah.
Because we're asleep. Wake up. Time is ticking. There's a direction in all of our hearts that we're headed, a path that we're all headed, and we need to bring everybody to that path.
Yeah.
Wake up.
And I like what you said in the letter, because you said exactly what Jesus said, right? Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation.
Very
the
good.
spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And a lot of Christian people are going back to the flesh. We are not activating our spirit because we might be in the routine of going to church, but what are we doing in our environment, in our home, in our special place that we have with God, in our intimate life with God? Are we creating, and I love that God gave me this verse yesterday, a house of prayer? Are we creating that? It's not about an actual house. It's not about an actual church. It's not about an actual building or temple. It's our house, our house, our heart, our mind. Are we creating that space for God to talk to us, to let us know what we're doing wrong in church, what we're doing wrong in the spiritual side of things? We're not creating that anymore. We're not having that intimacy with God the correct way. Because even that has turned into a routine. A lot of people have created the intimacy they have with God as a routine. A lot of people have done that. Oh, this is the time that I have for prayer, and I have to do this, and it has to be timed, and it has to be 30 minutes because I have to go do this, I have to go do that. And that also becomes being comfortable with the intimacy that you have with God.
Yes.
Sometimes when you're in an intimate moment with God, and you might have it planned like, this is what I usually do, I only pray for 30 minutes, and then you feel like your spirit is in it, and then you just cut it off because now I have to go get ready for work. Now I have to go get ready and attend to this. Now I have to go do this, and no, you know what, I have to go to the gym and I have to do that. But you don't allow God to give you the discernment to say, but this is not what I want. Because having an intimacy with God means that He takes control of that. He takes control of what He's talking to you, what He's saying to you when you're in prayer. There are moments where you pray to God and it can be a venting session, right? Because He is our Father. We come to Him and we discuss with Him what we're feeling, our emotions. But there are moments and there are seasons in our lives where we have to say, God, that's it, you know? You lead us to what is it that we even have to be praying about? What is it that we have to be doing at church differently? What is it that we are doing wrong as Christians in our life that we're not realizing? Like you said, there are people surrounding us that are dying spiritually. And how is it that you can't see that? You're not spiritually connected to God.
Well, church has become a show. Church has become a show. And we really don't emphasize on taking care of the souls anymore. As they walk in, they leave. Church has become comfortable in that sense. There's not an interpersonal moment with new people that have walked in. It's just like a rotating door. You come in, you do what you need to do, and you come back out. Enough of that already. I'm going to keep saying it. The gospel is simple. And if we need to go back to the basics, let's go back to the basics. Why is it? This is me in my head. I'm going to let you in my head. Okay? I'm going to let you in. Like, this is how I really, really feel, man. And God knows this. When I see a soul that comes in, the first thing that I say to God is, do we need to change the service today? Can we cater to this soul? Can we change the whole entire service just for that soul that came in? What is it that they need to hear? What is it that they need to be restored? What is it that needs to be healed? God, what can we do? Like, if you only could see my brain, how it works in that moment, because I don't want that soul to leave the same way they came in. I really do want the whole entire church to change, to get out of their comfort zone, to get out of that sleeping state that they're in. Let's become more aware, more attentive when new people start coming into our church, and not even new people, the people that are still there as well, because there are people that are in their church that they are hurt, that they are bleeding, and we do not cater to anyone. We just want to present this beautiful show to who? No, let's get out of our comfort and let's ask God, hey God, we have this service for you today. We have these worship for you, these worship songs for you today. I have this preaching for you today. Is this something that you agree with? Or can I change it right away? And can the worship team be okay with the change that's about to happen? They have to be okay. If you're all praying together, that discernment will kick in and no one has nothing negative to say other than, amen, let's do this. If it is that the word needs to change, that the people who are preaching, amen, I got this. I have another preaching that I can say right now. Everybody in church needs to wake up. You can't be sleeping anymore because the time is ticking and Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, he is coming. And something needs to change, and it's us that needs to change first.
Yeah.
Because we believe in something real. So let's be contagious in that. When other people see us, they say, okay, you believe in something really crazy, but the passion that you have, I'm kind of curious. Let us go down that route.
It's contagious.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. And while you were speaking, I think that we also have this tendency that what God looks at the heart, right? So a lot of people also have allowed prayer to become just words. It's not intentional. It's not said and prayed with the heart, because like you said, if it becomes like a show, and you're saying a lot, and you might be even praying that, God, take over and take control. But if your heart is not truly connected to God and you don't have that discernment, then it doesn't really matter what you say out loud and that show that you're putting in at church. It's God won't do God won't do what he has to do or what he wants to do, because not every heart is aligned the way that it should be. He knows that. He's the only one that knows. And we might be doing a line, we might be doing a show in church, and we might be, like you said, a routine and doing everything and praying, God, take control, do this. But then we still take control, but we still do things the way that we want to. We still keep up with the same routine. So God, it's like right now, like I felt like it's like God saying, okay, you're praying it, but your heart is not really feeling it. You don't really want me to take control. You don't really want me to do this my way. Because his way, and this is what we've been talking in the previous letters, his way is that eternal. We have to be aware of what's happening. That time is coming to an end. That time is ticking, and we need to look out for the souls. Yeah. That's what he cares about. Yeah. If souls are not being fed the way that they have to, if souls are just leaving and we're not allowing them to come back to this space because they didn't feel that fulfillment, that's what God is looking at. And he won't bless the church. He won't allow it to grow the way that it has to. Those blessings are being cut off because every heart is not correctly aligned to him the way that they should be. And no one knows that more than him. Only he knows that. He knows that. He knows where our heart is truly at. And we can be praying for a lot. We can be saying a lot. But if we're not really feeling that, if we don't really have the faith for that, if we don't really believe in it, then he knows that. He knows that. You might not know it. I might not know it. Everybody else might not know it. But God is like, yeah, I know where your heart truly is. It's not really what you're saying is not. That's not what your heart truly feels.
Well, when we become comfortable, we stop praying. We stop looking for direction. We go into a state of zombiness, when we're really not aware of what's happening. And what the Lord wants to remind us today as a church, imagine the entire community of the church gets together and says, this is not working anymore. We need to do something different. Come to God's presence together as a unit. Cry out to God. God, you're coming. There's people perishing every single day, and the churches look empty. Revival is about to come because you said revival is coming. But revival comes when there's a spark that happens somewhere.
Yeah.
So God, let us know how to start that revival so we all can wake up and realize we don't want anybody else to die. We know that time is coming. We feel it. We feel that more than ever now. Hence why we're doing this show. Do you think that we wanted to do this show to talk about the coming of Jesus and get looked at a certain way? But you know what mattered to us more? That you know the truth. We don't care about the words. What we care is about the truth. So we want the church to wake up. Let's start doing things differently. Let's start really going into God's presence and asking him what works in this season. And for my curious friends, there's an awakening inside of you too. You're not comfortable in the state that you're in the condition that you're in, no matter how much you say, I'm happy, I'm okay. There's always something in your heart that's asking for more. And when that moment does happen, be aware of it. Follow through and ask the right questions. Why is my heart feeling this way?
Challenge your heart.
You know, today was dear when comfort makes you sleep. I just need that alarm clock to go really, really loud. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. We have to start doing things differently. And that was the point of this show today. So you want to end it with?
That was a pretty strong ending. But we just have to challenge our heart. A lot of us, maybe that lamp is not completely turned off, but it's definitely not shining the way that it has to be. It's not completely on either. And we need to make sure that he is the lamp to our feet. He is the one that would allow that lamp to turn on. So let's do what we need to do to activate that, to turn that lamp on. And like you said, for our curious friends, just challenge your heart. Like you said, don't brush it off. Listen to it, and that feeling that you have that you're not comfortable where you're at, challenge it, and allow yourself to step into a different environment that will challenge you and will allow you to grow and be at peace with it as well.
Okay.
Right.
So that's today's episode for you guys. Episode number
4.
5? No, the next one.
Oh, the next one. Oh, episode number 5 is coming.
Will be in With Love CO first.
Yes.
And then we will be back here speaking about it.
And if you want to listen to the letter again after you watch our show, go ahead. Sometimes it's good to, when something is repeated, I feel like the letter, it had a lot to say.
Yes.
And it was a really good letter.
Yes.
So make sure you listen to it.
Yes. So subscribe if you haven't. Write in the comments section below. Leave us questions.
Interact with us.
Speak to us. So thank you guys. We will see you in the next one.
Yes.